In this video, we are going to learn how to find x in this geometry diagram where you are given angles 15 degrees and 45 degrees. Sideline AD is equal to BD. These two are equal. Solution. From what we are given in this geometry diagram, we are given that the line segment AD is equal to the line segment DB. We are also given that angle BCD is equal to 15 degrees, and also that angle ADC, which is this angle, is 45 degrees. What we need to know before we begin to solve these problems is that this is not drawn to scale. This whole diagram is not drawn to scale. Step 1. The very first step we need to take in solving this is to consider angle BCD, this very triangle. If we consider this triangle, we'll say that in this triangle, we only have an interior angle 15 degrees. We need to find which is the angle in BCD. Here we need to find angle CBD and angle BBC. So recall that if we consider the exterior property of an angle, this very angle, 45 degrees, is exterior to this triangle. If you have an exterior angle here, say Y, and you have an interior angle A, and here an interior angle B, let's call this C. This property states that for this exterior angle Y, that the exterior angle Y is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. And in this case, which angles are interior and opposite to Y? Angle A and angle B. Therefore, angle A plus angle B will give us angle Y. If we apply this same property into this, we will see that angle ADC, which is 45 degrees, angle ADC will be equal to the sum of angle DCB, angle DCB plus angle DBC, angle DBC. Reason: the exterior property of an angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So if angle ADC is 45 degrees and angle DCB is 15 degrees, we need to find angle DBC. To do this, we need to isolate angle DBC in this equation by subtracting 15 degrees from both sides. We'll subtract 15 from 45 degrees minus 15 degrees equal to 15 degrees minus 15 degrees plus angle DBC. 45 degrees minus 15 degrees will give us 30 degrees. 15 minus 15 is 0. Therefore, angle DBC is 30 degrees. So we now have that angle DBC, which is this very angle, to be 30 degrees. Now that we have gotten angle DBC, which is 30 degrees, let's go ahead and look for angle BDC. So to have a clearer picture of what we're doing, we have to redraw this. So we have found out that here is 30 degrees. We need to find this very angle, which is angle BDC. There are two ways of doing this, of finding this very angle BDC. First, if we look at this whole angle, we'll notice that it is on a straight line. And if we recall that angle on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. Angle on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. That is the sum of angle on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. So which angles are we talking about that are on the straight line? These are angle ADC. If we add it with angle BDC, it should give us 180 degrees. We are given that angle ADC, which is this, is 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees. If we are looking for angle BDC, it should be equal to 180. If we subtract 45 degrees from both sides of this equation, this will be 45 degrees minus 45 degrees plus angle BDC. This will be equal to 180 degrees minus 45 degrees. These two will cancel out because 45 minus 45 is 0. Therefore, angle BDC will now be 180 degrees minus 45 will give us 135 degrees. This is the first method of finding this angle. The other method is to also consider this triangle BDC. There is another rule which says that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle are all equal to 180 degrees. So the interior angles that we already have, 30 degrees and 15 degrees, if we add them together, we'll have 45 degrees. If we subtract 45 degrees from 180 degrees, we'll get 135 degrees. So this angle here, BDC, is 135 degrees. 135 degrees. The next step, we have seen that here is 135 degrees. Let's draw a line from D to a point B. From D to a point B. Let's call this line P, this point P. This line is such that it is equal with the side segment DB. This very triangle BBD is an isosceles triangle. Our side here is still 30 degrees. So if this is an isosceles triangle, that means that angle BPD is equal to angle DBP. That means if here is 30 degrees, here will also be 30 degrees. Reason: the two angles of an isosceles triangle, base angles of an isosceles triangle, are equal, because if the two sides are equal, that means their angles will also be equal. If we now apply the sum of the interior angle of a triangle, we can now find this very angle, which is angle BDP. Considering this triangle BDP, the sum of their interior angles should give us 180 degrees, because sum of interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So angle BPD plus angle DBP plus angle BDP all should be equal to 180 degrees. Because they are all interior angles, they should sum up to 180 degrees. What is our angle BPD? Angle BPD is 30 degrees. What about angle DBP? Angle DBP is also 30 degrees plus 30 degrees. This should add to angle BDP in order for it to give us 180 degrees. So 30 degrees plus 30 degrees is 60 degrees plus angle BDP equal to 180 degrees. If we subtract 60 degrees from both sides, 60 minus 60 plus angle BDP equal to 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. 60 minus 60 is 0. Angle BDP will now be 180 degrees minus 60 degrees will give us 120 degrees. Therefore, this angle will be 120 degrees. So to get a clearer picture, this is still our point P. We have here to be 15 degrees, because 135 degrees minus 120 degrees will give us that here will be 15 degrees. So here is 15 degrees. Here will be 120 degrees. And the sum of these three angles will give us 180 because they are on a straight line. We still have that here to be 30 degrees. We said that the side line DB is equal to the side line BD. If angle BDP is equal to 15 degrees and angle DCP is also equal to 15 degrees, that means that the side line CP is equal to DP. Side line DP here and here are equal, making this triangle. That means triangle CDP is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Next step that we need to take, which is step 3, is to connect points A and point P together. So we have a straight line that will run from point A to point P. Now we have a new triangle, APD. We can see that angle ADP is equal to 45 degrees plus 15 degrees. If we add these two angles together, we'll get the whole of this angle, which is ADP. That is 45 degrees plus 15 degrees. This will give us 60 degrees. Since the side line AD is equal to DP, that means that triangle ADP is an isosceles triangle. So this very triangle ADP is an isosceles triangle. If we take here to be y, this very angle to be y, and this very angle to still be y, because both of them are equal. The base angles of an isosceles triangles are always equal because their two sides are equal. That means that the sum of this interior angle that we have here now will be 180 degrees. What do we mean by that? Angle DAP plus angle DPA plus angle ADP all should be equal to 180 degrees. Our angle DAP, we said let it be y, plus angle DPA, we also said let it also be y because they two are equal, plus angle ADP, which is equal to 60 degrees from what we got here, all should be equal to 180 degrees. Y plus y is 2y plus 60 degrees equal to 180 degrees. If we subtract 60 from both sides, it will be 2y plus 60 degrees minus 60 degrees equal to 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Here 60 will cancel out because 60 minus 60 is 0. That will make 2y to be equal to 180 degrees minus 60 degrees will give us 120 degrees. If we divide both sides by 2 in order to isolate y, 2y divided by 2 equal to 120 degrees divided by 2. 2 will cancel out 2, leaving us with y. 2 will cancel, 2 divided 120 will give us 60. That means that y is equal to 60 degrees, meaning that angle DAP is equal to angle APD, which is equal to 60 degrees. So our y here, each of them are all 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees, this is 60 degrees. In order to have a clearer picture, let us redraw this. So we found out that here is 60 degrees, here is 60 degrees, here is also 60 degrees, and here, sum of these two angles, which is 45 and 15, is also 60 degrees. That means that this triangle, which angles are all equal, is an equilateral triangle. Therefore, we can say that triangle ADP is an equilateral triangle. That means the trace side length AP is equal to AD, is also equal to DP. AP is equal to AD and equal to DP. They are all equal to 60 degrees. Don't forget that we have here to be 30 degrees also. The next step, which is step 4, we need to find angle APC. This very angle, we need to find this very angle APC. If we look at this line, we can see that from point P, we have 3 angles on a straight line. And if we sum the 3, we'll have 180 degrees, which is what the sum of angle on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. We have that angle APC plus angle APC, which is this angle, plus angle APD, angle APD, angle APD, which is this angle that is 60 degrees, plus angle DPB, angle DPB. All should add up to 180 degrees. Angle APC is what we are looking for. We'll bring it down, APC plus. We already know what our angle ABD is. APD is 60 degrees plus our angle DPB. Angle DPB is 30 degrees. All should equate to sum up to 180 degrees. Angle APC plus 60 degrees plus 30 degrees is 90 degrees. 90 degrees equals to 180 degrees. If we subtract 90 from both sides in order to isolate angle APC, we'll have that angle APC plus 90 degrees minus 90 degrees equal to 80 degrees minus 90 degrees. 90 degrees minus 90 degrees will cancel out to give us 0. Therefore, angle APC is equal to 180 degrees minus 90 degrees will give us 90 degrees. That means that this angle APC is 90 degrees. If this is an isosceles triangle, angle APC, if this triangle APC is an isosceles triangle, that means that this very angle is equal to this angle, which is what? Which is going to be x plus 15. In order to find x, we'll use the sum of the interior angle of a triangle. We'll now have that in triangle ACP, that's angle CAP plus angle APC plus angle ACP. They are all equal to 180 degrees. Reason is sum of angle of an interior triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So what is angle CAP? CAP, it is still the same thing as angle ACP. So CAP is x plus 15, x plus 15 plus, what is angle APC? Angle APC is 90 degrees plus 90 degrees plus what's angle ACP? Angle ACP is still x plus 15, x plus 15 equal to 180 degrees. To find x, we collect like terms. X plus 15 plus 90 plus 15 equal to 180 degrees. X plus x is 2x plus 15 plus 90 is 105. 105 plus 15 is 120 equal to 180 degrees. We'll subtract 120 from both sides in order to eliminate 120 on the left hand side. So we'll have 2x plus 120 minus 120 equal to 180 minus 120. This will cancel out, will give us that 2x, 120 minus 120 is 0. That's why it's cancelling out. 2x is equal to 180 minus 120 is 60 degrees. That means that x, when we divide both sides by 2, 2x over 2 equal to 60 degrees over 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 60 divided by 2 is 30. Therefore, x is equal to 30 degrees. And this is our final answer. X equal to 30 degrees. Thank you for watching this lesson with me. If you enjoyed this, please click on the like button, comment your response, and also subscribe to become part of this community. Thank you.